Okay, first off, I know I'm still having a problem with consistency. I'm really going to try and work on that. Secondly, there was actually supposed to be a video earlier on. I had actually something I kind of wanted to talk about, but everything that I was going to talk about then was kind of written in a heat of the moment kind of thing, and no longer feeling those emotions. So I've kind of just scrapped that, and now we're going to go with this. So, on to the topic. Writer's block. I saw a post once describe it as your imaginary friend not speaking to you, and I don't think I have ever found a more perfectly descriptive way of describing it. You've created these people, you know where their lives are going, you know pretty much almost every important thing that's going to pass in however long your story is. Maybe your story is just where their lives end. I have a series in the works that I've been working on for a few years now. I have taken a few breaks in order to write other things, but I'm trying to actually now get back to it and finish it. 6 years in the making, and I'm only on 4 out of 5 in the series. Though I haven't decided if it's probably going to be made into a 6. Though, okay, and I guess I kind of should say that they haven't decided if it's going to be 6. I might be the only reason that they are even in existence, but I'm no longer telling their story. They took over that near the beginning. And I honestly think that's one of the ways that characters should be. They are telling their own story. You are simply the means of writing it down for others to read. Like, in movies or TV shows when there's like only one person that can see a ghost. These are my ghosts, and I'm trying to get across what they would like to say. I would like to eventually get them published one day, and though I know this whole series would have to go through a major edit before I do that, but I have been getting glimpses into all of these amazing things that will take place in these characters' lives, and I'm actually super excited. There are going to be some moments when I don't want to tell their story, where I just want to put it on pause because I know that something is coming that I just don't want to deal with, like something sad. But I have theorized that might be one of the reasons that I actually stopped writing for a little while for this particular series. There have been many times in other things that I've written where I decide not to make a sacrifice, though it would make absolute perfect sense and add a bit more to the story. I have just been so attached to a character or something. However, this one, there's one person I don't want to say goodbye to, but unlike the other stories where I didn't make that sacrifice, this one actually does have to disappear in order for the story to actually completely finish. I'm avoiding that. I know I'm avoiding that. I know it's going to kill me and one of the other characters, but it's something that I know absolutely needs to happen, and I can't avoid it forever. However, I don't even know how many months it's been since I actually sat down and started writing any of this stuff. But I did talk, I think, about one of these characters in my previous videos, though, and I don't really know if I ever said his name, but his name's Tristan. He and the other Kantians, his family, have been waiting 6 years for me to finish telling their story, and now not only am I trying to put off the death of someone that one of the Kantians actually cares a lot for, but I'm trying to, I guess, postpone saying goodbye to them. Like, 6 years I have gotten so attached to these characters. I've built them from little babies into fully grown people that they are now. And I know that I eventually have to stop writing for these characters, otherwise everything's going to get extremely dull. But I don't think I'm really ready to say goodbye to them yet. I loved them all so much. I did have another character like that from another series. His name is Evan. He and Tristan are probably the two characters that I absolutely love more than anyone that I have ever created in all the years that I've been writing. Now, when I was finishing up Evan's series, I actually started to cry. I know that's kind of sad, but yeah, I was that attached to him. He is actually one of the sacrifices that I mentioned earlier that I didn't take. In his story, it was actually likely at one point that he was going to die, but I probably would have died myself had that actually taken place, so I decided that someone else was going to die in his place. And as I was writing his last chapter of his story, trying not to be extremely pathetic and to try and get myself under control, because I shouldn't be crying over... No. Other people will consider them fictional characters, okay? But they are extremely real to me. And if you are a writer and you don't feel the same way about your characters, then you're really not doing something correctly, because you actually should feel something for your characters, because if you don't feel something for your characters, then the people who are reading your story aren't going to feel anything for your characters. So as I was writing that last chapter, I decided that I just wasn't going to say goodbye. So I surrounded Evan with brand new characters, created an entirely new plotline, and now there's another series in the works. I actually have no idea what I'm going to do when I actually do have to say goodbye to him or Tristan. They've just been part of my life for 6 or so years. As for Tristan, he has been through so much shit on that roleplay website that I mentioned in a few videos ago. And I feel so bad about continuing his suffering in the series. But considering that the series was supposed to take place first, I know that I've actually got, and it's the more real version to me, since he's more my character in the series rather than affected by other people and their characters. I do know that all of the stuff that it's already planned has to actually come to pass in order for him to get where he needs to be. Evan's official story is done, and I know it's Tristan's turn now, that he's been waiting a very long time, and 2 of his family members are dying to get more developed. They were there from, well, one of them was there from the beginning, the other one didn't come in until later on, but they just didn't really have anything big that happened in their lives. Until now, as much of a spoiler or cliffhanger or tease as that might be. But I figure it's probably time. I'm gonna have to get through the sad parts while I've still got some control over my emotions. So, on that happy little note, I'm going to go for the 4th time this week to try and continue on with Tristan's story. Probably not gonna work. More than likely might end up writing something else, maybe a plotline for a new series or some shit, or a poem, because I haven't actually touched that in a little while. Or more than likely, maybe 80% chance somehow finding myself on Netflix. But at least I can say I tried. So, stay wicked.